Even the upper surface, if you take the lower surface, that is glabrous. That is glabrous, shining, totally absence of the hairs. And also, if you keenly observe the leaves are having small dot-like structures. So here it is very clear. You can observe the small dots are present in the leaf. So here also you can observe, and this leaf also you can observe about the buds, small dot-like structures. Okay, and if you see in this structure, the arrangement of the leaf. So this is one leaf, and this is another leaf. The arrangement of leaf is opposite. So if you compare this pair of leaf with this pair, so this is right angle to each other, means right angles to, that is opposite decussate in nature. We used to say opposite decussate, arrangement of the leaf. Okay, so type of leaf is simple. Shape of the leaflets, shape of the leaf is ovate, oblong, and the apex is obtuse, and the margins of the lamina is entire, and the surface is glabrous, and the arrangement is opposite decussate, and size you can. So this is another picture about the Swarupa. So you can observe in this slide, you can observe about the leaves also, the flowers also you can observe. So this is how they used to spread, like prasara valli. So usually the prasara, that is the prostrate herb, they used to say is the swarupa of this plant. Prostrate means the branches or the stem. As the stem is weak stem, the stem is they used to spread along with the soil, along the earth. They used to move. That is, you can say even sometimes like a runner which moves along the ground level. So it is a prostrate herb. Some text they have mentioned as a prostrate. So so maybe a print mistake. Prostrate, that is a gland. Prostrate, Prostrate, prostrate. It is an annual prostrate creeping herb, you can say. It is an annual prostrate creeping herb. Okay, so this is the drawing. So you can observe. So this is the main stem. This is the main stem. They used to spread along the ground level. So these are the branches. So they used to develop from the nodes. So here in this node, you can observe there's a presence of the rootlets. The fibrous rootlets are present. In this picture, you can observe here, and also here you can observe the rootlets. And also here also the rootlets are present. Okay. So this is another picture. So here in this picture, you can clearly observe about the Swarupa, the picture of Brahmi. So this is the main, you can say like the stem. So here you can observe this is the node. There you can observe the fibrous roots are present here, and also here the fibrous roots are present. So this is node, from this the another branch or the leaf they used to develop. Okay, so here in this picture, here you can observe this is called the flower bud. For this only they used to say Matsyakshi. Matsyakshi, the flower bud which resembles as like that of eyes of Matsya, means so it is broadest at the middle and tapering towards the apex as well as the base. That like somewhat elliptic in shape. That is the flower bud. Here you can observe, and this is actually the developed flower. And here also you can observe this the axillary region. This is the branch. This is the leaf. From this structure, this is called the flower bud. The flower bud of Brahmi. Okay. So this is the picture of Brahmi and the Swarupa. So you can say it is a glabrous, succulent, annual prostrate or creeping herb. Prostrate or creeping herb. Glabrous. Totally the plant is absence of hairs will be present. That is, the whole plant will be glabrous. The whole plant will be absence of the hairs. And succulent. Succulent means because of as it prefers the marshy area for its growth, so they used to absorb more water content. So more water content will be present. It is succulent, annual. So during especially the rainy season, the plants they used to grow. That is prostrate. So because the plants they used to spread along the ground level, along the ground level. That's why they used to consider as prostrate or creeping herb. Prostrate or creeping herb. About the stem, stem is around about 10 to 30 centimeter in long. The length of the stem, even it is more. You can in our garden around about 1 to 2 feet. 1 to 2 feet. Even they used to spread the stem. They used to spread about 1 to 2 feet length along the ground level. Okay, and rooting at the nodes. I have shown in the pictures. So at every node, the rooting will be present, and the branches are numerous and they are ascending. Okay, about the leaves. So type of leaf is simple. Arrangement of the leaf is opposite, decussate, and size of the leaf, it is 0.5 to 2 centimeter in length, and width is 0.5 centimeter. Shape is ovate, oblong, and apex is obtuse. All the characters I have shown in the leaf, and the margin is entire, and the surface, the upper surface is dotted with the minute spots. That also I have shown in the leaf. The surface is dotted with minute spots. The petiole, that is sessile, means absence of the petiole. So directly the lamina originating from the branches. Petiole is sessile. So this is about the morphology of leaf. Okay. So in this picture you can observe the flowers. The single flowers they used to develop from the axillary region. The single flower. Flowers are solitary. So that is comes from the axillary region. So axillary, solitary. So this is another picture of about the flowers. So this is the developed flower. You can observe number of petals are 5. 5 petals you can observe. So here there are this is the developed flower. This is the flower bud. So the flower bud is more than or greater than the leaf. The length will be more compared to the leaves. The flowers are bigger than the leaf. So here in the previous slide, you can observe the color of the flowers is somewhat white, Shweta Varna. Whether here somewhat it is like a greenish, somewhat even pink colored, somewhat bluish color. The flowers you can observe. So white and that is bluish color the flowers. So this one, the complete flower about the petals and the endosteum part you can observe here. So the flowers are axillary, solitary. From the axillary region, the flowers they used to develop. Okay, axillary, solitary on long slender pedicels. That's why I told the flowers are longer than the leaf. So the long pedicels will be the stalk of the flower will be longer compared to the leaf. Okay, so solitary on long slender pedicels of varying lengths, usually longer than the leaves. The flowers are longer than the leaves, and that is the color of the flowers is in the place where the moisture content will be more. Okay, and even Nepal, Sri Lanka, China, so in those areas also, so this plant is abundantly available. So the types of Brahmi, according to Rajanegan, it is of 2 types, that is Brahmi and Kshudrapatra Brahmi. Brahmi and Kshudrapatra Brahmi, 2 types. So chemical composition of Brahmi. So the plant contains alkaloid known as Brahmin. So this is one of the important the chemical of Brahmin. MINE, Brahmin is an important alkaloid. It's an important alkaloid known as Brahmin. And apart from this Brahmin, the other important active principles is bacosides. Bacoside A, bacoside B. Bacoside A and bacoside B are the 2 important alkaloids which are present in the Brahmi. So apart from this bacosides, D-mannitol. Mannitol usually we used to administer in case of like where there will be a shota, or like we used to say anti-edemetic drugs. Because of the presence of this mannitol, so it is going to act like an anti-edemic. mannitol, saponin, herpestin, stigmosterol. So these are the some of the active principles. Okay, so the chemical constituents of Brahmi is Brahmin, Bacoside A, Bacoside B, D-mannitol, herpestin. Okay, so these are the some of the important active principles. So in these pictures about the chemical constituents, the leaves contain the saponin glycoside known as Bacoside A. So the leaves, especially the swarasa, when you take the swarasa, so that swarasa contains the Bacoside A and Bacoside B. So which on acid hydrolysis gives rise to triterpenoids, that is termed as Bacogenin A and Bacogenin B respectively. So Bacoside A and Bacoside B, when you on acid hydrolysis, it yields to Bacogenin A and Bacogenin B. Okay, and also it contains acetic acid and brahmic acid. Acetic acid and brahmic acid. Okay, so you can remember. So these are some of the active principles. Next, we'll move to the rasa panchaka. Tikta, kashaya, madhura rasa. So all pitta shamaka rasas. Pittam tu kurvan, that is kashaya tikta madhuraha. Pittam mani tu kurvan, that is tikta kashaya madhura rasa. And even in the synonyms while explaining this to tikta lonika. So it is same as like lonika, but which is having tikta rasa. So tikta kashaya madhura rasa. And guna is laghu and saraguna. So here the important guna is saraguna. Laghu and saraguna. Vipaka is madhura vipaka and veera is shita virya. Tikta kashaya madhura rasa. Laghu saraguna madhura vipaka shita virya. And tridosha shamaka. It is having tridosha shamaka karma. But prabhava is, you can say like medhya. Prabhava is medhya. So this is the pharmacological activities of Becopomenory. According to the modern, they used to say it's an best gastrointestinal, the effect, anti-diabetic effect, anti-arthritic effect, anti-cancer, the effect, neurodegenerative, the diseases. So in these conditions, you can use Brahmi. The health benefits of Brahmi. So the first and foremost, you can select cognitive boost, and it treats the cognitive diseases related to the memory, thinking power, because of its memory boosting agent. Okay, so it boosts the immunity. So it boosts the immunity and improves the skin immunity, and ideal for the patients of gout and arthritis, like gouty arthritis conditions. You can use, treat insomnia. It is the mental disorders, especially in case of the anxiety conditions, anxiety and insomnia conditions, where there will be a loss of sleep is there. So in such type of conditions, you can use the Brahmi, and also it reduces the blood sugar and treats antioxidant agent, and also you can say respiratory benefits. So these are the benefits of Brahmi. So proven benefits of Becopomenory. So they used to say it is the powerful brain tonic. It is a memory booster. It is a powerful brain tonic, powerful antioxidant properties having, and it relief from the stress problems and benefited. So as it is useful in case of skin diseases, that's Kushta and Kandu. And what Acharya says like Surejha, Swarasreshta, Swarejha, Surasreshta. That is because it is having Swarya. So indicating in case of Swarabheda, Swarabhikruti, and is having the Pramehagna, that is Mehagna Karma. So indicating in case of Prameha and Shotahara and Vishagna Karma, and also is having Jwarahara Karma. Next we'll move to the Ameka Prayoga therapeutic uses. So in case of Unmada, like Mansika Vikara, as the drug is having anti-anxiety the property that which does the which is Nidra Janaka Karma, so which overcomes the conditions like anxiety. So because of this Nidra Janaka Karma, so like in case of Unmada, you can use the Brahmi Swarasa. Brahmi, You can take the whole plant as the useful part. So from that plant you can collect the Swarasa. So Brahmi Swarasa plus Kushmanda Phalaswarasa. Kushmanda Phalaswarasa. You can take Benincasa hispida. Kushmanda, which is belongs to Cucurbitaceae family. Benincasa hispida. Kushmanda Phala, you can say like Kumbulakai. So Kumbulakai Phala, you can extract the rasa. You can extract the rasa from the fruits of Benincasa hispida. Okay. So Brahmi Swarasa, Kushmanda Phala Swarasa, Vacha Swarasa, Shankapushpi Swarasa. So you collect from these 4 plants. So all are Medhyadravyas. See, Brahmi, Kushmanda, Vacha, Shankapushpi. All these 4 drugs are Medhyadravyas. Is like brain tonics. So you can collect Swarasa from these drugs mixed with the Kushta Churna. Sasuria Lappa belongs to Astraceae family, mixed with the Kushta Churna, and it is administered internally, which will overcome the conditions called Unmadha. So in Sharangadhara Samhita, we'll get this reference in case of Unmadha. And in case of Apasmara, the Purana Gruta processed with the Brahmi Rasa. Purana Gruta. So some scholar says, so more than 3-year-old, and some scholar says even 1-year-old, the Gruta. So that is processed with that Gruta. Samskara you can do that Gruta with Brahmi Swarasa, Vacha, Kushta, Shankapushpa, like what in the previous, what Sharangadhara says. So those drugs you can collect. So you can process the Gruta with those drugs, and that Gruta is used in case of Apasmara. That is in case of Charaka Samhita, Chikittasthana, 10th chapter, you will get the reference. The Gruta processed with the Brahmi, Vacha, Shankapushpi, Kushta. So which is useful in case of to treat the condition called Apasmara. Okay. In case of Masurika, so Masurika, it is an Chakshugata Vikara, as which is helpful in case of to treat the Chakshugata Vikara. Also Brahmi. So Masurika, so Brahmi Swarasa is given with the Madhu. So Brahmi Swarasa you can administer along with the Madhu. So this is mentioned by Vrindamadava. And in case of Amavata, Swarasa is used externally. External application of the Swarasa of Brahmi is useful in case of Amavata conditions. And also the useful part of Brahmi drug is Panchanga. The Matra is Swarasa 10 to 20 ml. Churna 5 to 10 gram. In a divided dose you can use. The Vishishta Yoga is Brahmi Gruta, Smruti Sagara Rasa. Brahmi Gruta, Smruti Sagara Rasa. Please remember Jyotishmati. While explaining about the Jyotishmati Vishishta Yoga, Jyotishmati Thaila, and another the important preparation called Smruti Sagara Rasa, which helpful to regain the memory. That is Smruti Sagara Rasa, which will enhance the memory power. And Manasa Mitra Vataka. Manasa Mitra Vataka is also one of the preparation of Bilva. We used to say Manasa Mitra Vataka is one of the important preparations mentioned, used by preparing along with the Bilva. Brahma Rasayana. So you are going to know about what is Brahma Rasayana in Charaka Chikitsasthana, the first chapter, the first Chatushka, that is Rasayana Adhikara, and Vajikarana Adhikara. You will come to know about the Brahma Rasayana. Brahmi Bhati, Kumara Kalyanaka Gruta. Kumara Kalyanaka Gruta, that is especially in case of like Kashyapa Samhitakara, they used to mention the utility of Brahmi in case of the pediatric conditions. Okay, Kumara Kalyanaka Gruta, Sarasvatadishta. So this is one of the best the preparation, the contribution of Ayurveda as a memory booster. So you can use in case of from Ruddha to the Bala to the Ruddha. So even you can use in case of the pediatric conditions, even in the old age, where there will be a loss of the smrti, loss of memory power is there. So in such type of conditions also you can use the like the preparations like Sarasvatarishta, Dashmula, Gruta. So these are some of the Vishishta Yoga. So this is another the drug. They used to confusion with the Brahmi. So this is not a Brahmi. This you can say like a Mandhuka Parni. So what you are observing in this picture, this is Mandhuka Parni. So what earlier what you have seen that is the Brahmi. So both the drugs are having most of the synonyms are similar synonyms, and almost the properties and the actions are similar. So that's why the peoples are they used to get the confusion whether which one is Brahmi. So both are they are using as a Brahmi in the name of Brahmi. That is Central Asiatica and Bacopa monori. Both are using as in the name of Brahmi, but scientifically you can differentiate that Brahmi is a Bacopa monori, whereas Central Asiatica is Manduka Parni. Okay, so this is, if you see the Lokapurusha Samya Siddhanta on that aspect, if you see the shape of the lamina, it is somewhat the hemisphere, the brain hemisphere, you can same exactly like the brain hemisphere. So based on that, you can select it is having Medhya actions, which enhances the memory power. Okay, so this is what you are observing, a type of Manduka Parni, but this is not Central Asiatica. It is not Central Asiatica, but it is a type of Brahmi. We used to call it as Sri Lankan variety of Manduka Parni. Sri Lankan variety of Manduka Parni. So this is, you can observe in the videography also. So same as like the Brahmi, that is also Valli, the creeper. In the same way, this is also creeper. So this here you can observe. So this is the node. From the node, the leaf is going to develop. So this is with the long petiole, and this is the green expanded part is called the lamina. So at the base, you can observe the rootlets. The small, the rootlets are present. So this is the main stem. So with the stem, the leaf they used to develop with a long petiole. So we used to call it as an Vandelaga. Vandelaga means having only single leaf, Vandelaga. So regarding this plant, we are getting informations, Vedakala, since from Vedakala we are getting information, there itself, Vedic period itself, they are using as Medhya Rasayana. Same Brahmi and Manduka Parni, the actions are similar. So you can inform, you can write both Manduka Parni as well as Brahmi, that is having Medhya Rasayana Dravyas. So in the Matsya Purana, Manduka Parni is mentioned among the medicinal plants that is beneficial for brain. That's why in the first itself it is mentioned as Medhya Rasayana. So in Atharva Veda and Matsya Purana, there used to say Manduka Parni is one of the drug which is having beneficial in case of the brain disorder. That is a memory booster. So even in Agni Purana, it is placed with the plants that are useful as a sterilizer. What nowadays we are using as a sterilizer, that is a poison killers. In Agni Purana itself, it is mentioned that Manduka Parni they are using in those days as in sterilizers. So this Manduka Parni is having then which kills the poison, poison killer. So in Charaka Samhita, it has been told in Vayastapana Mahakashaya. In Vayastapana Mahakashaya, so Manduka Parni is mentioned, whereas the Brahmi it is mentioned under Balya, Prajastapana, Saugnastapana Mahakashaya. Balya, Prajastapana, Saugnastapana, whereas Manduka Parni is mentioned in case of Vayastapana Mahakashaya. And it is considered as Medhya Rasayana and Brahma Rasayana also. Medhya Rasayana and Brahma Rasayana, it is mentioned. In Sushruta Samhita, it is mentioned in Patya Shaka. So especially in South Kannada, North Kannada, in Karnataka, like Udupi, Mangalore, or Shivamogga. So in especially in those areas, so as the rainfall is more and most of the times the soil is saturated with water, so this plant prefers marshy area, so it is abundantly available. So those people they used to take this plant and they used to prepare some food preparations, like they used to say tambuli. In those areas they used to say like a tambuli, so that the food preparations they are used for to eat the rice or mudde, like that. Along with the consumption of that, they are using this one. So that is even Acharya Sushruta also mentioned. It is in Patya Shaka. It is the best. Patyam pato anapetam yadyachoktam manasah priyam, which is good for, which is best for the manas. That's why they used to like Patya Shaka. So among the vegetable drugs they used to mention. Apart from that, it is mentioned in Kushta Chikitsa and Medha Ayushkamiya Rasayana. Medhya Ayushkamiya Rasayana. Kushta Chikitsa and Medhya Ayushkamiya Rasayana. So there Sushruta mentioned about the utility of Manduka Parni. So what is the basic name of Manduka Parni? Mandukaiva Paranamashyaha. Mandukaiva Parnam Akruti Parnamashyaha. Manduka Akruti Parnamashyaha. Parna means leaf. That is Manduka. We used to say frog. Yadva Manduka Ivattanodharam Parnamashyaha. So you can observe that Manduka usually Manduka is also, they used to prefer the marshy area for its they used to stay in like waters or the banks of the ponds or the rivers. So especially in those areas, the these Mandukas prefers, that is marshy area which prefers for its survival. They used to prefer, we used to say there is an amphibian, but even though amphibian, most of the times even the lands are the place where the water content will be more, in that place only the Manduka is present. But in the classical text or in the Nigantus, they used to say the leaf of Manduka is resembles as like that of that Manduka leaves, which resembles like Manduka, they used to say. But the recent scholars, it is not like that. When the frog which sits on the land, the neck of the frog to the earth, it is at 45 degree. In the same way that I have shown in the picture while explaining about the Manjishta, in the photographies, there is Namarupa Vijnana by Lale sir. In that textbook I have shown you. So the distance or the angle formed by the leaf, the lamina. So the lamina with the petiole is around about 45 degree angle. So on that basis they have given the synonym as Manduka Parni. Okay, I have shown the pictures also. The botanical source for the Manduka Parni is Centella asiatica. Centella asiatica is one of the botanical source. Apart from that, Hydrocotyle asiatica, Hydrocotyle vietna. So there are three botanical sources for Manduka Parni: Centella asiatica, Hydrocotyle asiatica, Hydrocotyle vietna. They used to give Centella means many, asiatica means of Asia, of Asian origin, of Asian nations. It is abundantly available in this particular areas, as it is belongs to the family Apiaceae family. So already we have discussed some of the drugs which comes under Apiaceae family. So what are the drugs which comes under Apiaceae family? The Apiaceae drugs, the Apiaceae members are like Manduka Parni, Hingu, Shatapushpa, Mishreya, Dhanyaka, Ajamoda, Jiraka, Krishna Jiraka, Yavani, and Garjara. There are 8 to 10 drugs are there which are belongs to the Apiaceae family. So among them, I think we have discussed Jiraka and Krishna Jiraka already we have discussed. Okay, so Apiaceae family. So if you see, that is except Hingu, almost all are the members, they are annual or biannual herbs except Hingu. Okay, and I have mentioned the characteristic feature of Apiaceae family. So here usually the members of Apiaceae family members are the leaves are this is twice or thrice tripartite, means it is highly dissected, decompound leaves we used to say. But this Manduka Parni is a simple leaf, even though it belongs to Apiaceae family, but the leaves of Apiaceae, this Manduka Parni is simple leaf. Okay, and coming to the vernacular names, in Hindi it is called Kulukudi. In Hindi it is called Kulukudi. In English it is called Indian pennywort. Indian pennywort. Kannadalli Vandelaga, because single leaf will be present. At earlier stage, from the node only one leaf will come, but later when it develops from the node 3 to 5 leaves they used to come from the single node. That's why they used to say Vandelaga. Saying only one leaf will be present. Sometimes in the examinations they may ask, as the English name of this Manduka Parni is Indian pennywort. So which drug is called as, you may get like a pennywort, leadwort. So leadwort is the English name of this one Chitraka. Leadwort is the English name of Chitraka, whereas Indian pennywort is the English name of Manduka Parni. So according to Charaka, Acharya Charaka mentioned it under Vayastapana Mahakashaya. Vayastapana Mahakashaya. So already we have discussed this Mahakashaya also. That is Vayaha Tarunam Stapayati iti Vayastapanam. Vayah tarunam stapayati. So even in the old days, the person may look by using these drugs like young, tarunam. Vayah tarunam stapayati. That is, you can say like the drugs one which increases the ayu, longevity. So those drugs are called as Vayastapana Dravyas. So this is the, I think, last Mahakashaya, Vayastapana Mahakashaya. So Amruta, Abhaya, Mukta, Shveta, Jivanti, Atirasa, Mandhukaparni, Sthira, Punarrava, iti dashamani, Vayastapanani bhavanti. That is Amruta, Abhaya. Amruta, Abhaya, Mukta, Shveta, Jivanti, Atirasa, Mandhukaparni, Sthira, Punarnava, iti dashamani, Vayastapanani bhavanti. So here, Amruta. Amruta is a synonym of, there are Haritaki is there, Amalaki is there, even Guduchi is there. So the second drug he used to mention as Abhaya. So Abhaya, na bhayam vyadhim. That is, Abhaya is a synonym of Haritaki. So you can rule out, it is not Haritaki. So Amruta. Amruta here we have to consider as a synonym of Guduchi. That is, if you remember the Acharya Charaka where it is mentioned, like this Sandhaniya Mahakashaya, Sandhaniya Stanya Shodhana Mahakashaya, Snehopaka Mahakashaya, Truptigna Mahakashaya, Trushna Nigrahana Mahakashaya, Daha Prashamana Mahakashaya, Vayastapana Mahakashaya. There are around about 7 Mahakashayas. Acharya Charaka mentioned Guduchi as one among them, among these 7 Mahakashayas. So here Amruta is a synonym of Guduchi we have to consider. That is Vayastapana Mahakashaya. Amruta, Abhaya. Abhaya is Haritaki. Amruta, Abhaya, Mukta, Shveta. Mukta and Shveta are the types of Aparajita, Clitoria ternata. So the 2 types of Aparajita they used to consider. Amruta, Abhaya, Mukta, Shveta, Jivanti. There is leptidine reticulata, Jivanti, Atirasa. So Atirasa, already come to know that Atirasa is a synonym of Shatavari. Jivanti, Atirasa, Mukta, Shveta, Jivanti, Atirasa, Mandhukaparni, Sthira, that is Desmodium gangaticum, Punarrava, Borabia, diffusa. So these are the 10 drugs which comes under Vayastapana Mahakashaya. That is Vayaha Tarunam Stapayati Iti Vayastapanam. So especially in the old days, what we used to observe, like the graying of the hairs, or loss of eyesight, or falling of the teeth, wrinkling of the skin. So these are the lakshanas what we used to observe in case of in the Jaravastha. So those the lakshanas will be postponed by continuous using these drugs. That is Vayah Tarunam Stapayati. When in young the stage, in young avastha, how you are looking, in the same way you can look in the old age itself by using these drugs. That is Vayastapana Mahakashaya. See the synonyms of the Mandhukaparni, Mandhuki or Mandhuka. That is Mandhuka, it is Mandhuka Rushi. It is used by Mandhuka Rushi, like that. There is explanation we are getting. Mandhuki. Mandhuka miva gaccheti yeti. How the Mandhuka they used to move. How the Manduka they used to move. In the similar way, the plants which runs, or the leaf they used to develop one hoof, one hoof of that frog. When the jigita, jigitaga, yes, to distance only the leaves they used to come. In that aspect, they used to say